What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? We are here to review the Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 16, episode 16. Next week is the finale, and then we are going to get into the reunion of it all. Now, we know that Britt Edie did not show up for the reunion, but from what I understand, baby, they still talked about some things. I got a few things. I mean, it wasn't a lot in this episode, so this ain't going, the meat and potatoes is at the end, but let's get through it. I'm skimming down. Oh, thank you. While I'm sitting here eating this whole tasty cake. But thank you. This how you know it's just me being greedy. I'm really not even hungry. But I know by the time I get back, this ain't going to really be no good. I'm going to be ready to throw it down. Throw it away. And I don't want to pack it and take it because it'll be all smushed up. So I said, let me just go ahead and eat it. Now, what I should have done is just throw it away. But anyway. Let's start this off. Sorry I was late. I was looking at Watch What Happens Live, trying to get a little, see if Angela is going to get a little something on there. But we start off with Shamir. First of all, thank you, everybody. I appreciate that. Shamir, why y'all out in public in them pajamas? Y'all know that is a pet peeve of mine. Y'all know how I feel about these people coming out in public in pajamas. I'm going to give the baby a pass because you put a onesie on the baby, a onesie, pajamas, it'd be the same thing. I'm going to give the baby a pass. But Shamir, why do you have one fucking pajamas? And why do you have your daughter in pajamas? And why are all y'all dressed alike? Am I the only one that felt like that was just weird? That they were in pajamas? Anyway. Then, I need to know what color that producer was. And I know this is about to sound, I know this is about to come off, how it's about to come off. But, was that producer white? Because if that producer was white, then I'm a little offended by the question. And if that producer was black, I'm just trying to figure out what household you grew up in. The producer that asked her, why is her baby face so greasy? Tell me I'm overreacting, y'all. Tell me I'm overreacting. But if that producer was white, I feel some kind of way about that. And if the producer was black, you know why her face greasy. Why y'all asked that woman why her daughter's face was greasy? You ain't like it either. Thank you, Miss Cookie, because I said, now I don't want to, be sensitive. But if that producer was white, I'm offended at the question. And it was rude. Either way, you're right, Lock Queen. Even if the person was black or white, it was a rude-ass question. I agree. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. Give me a quick second. My bad, y'all. Sorry about that. So, yeah, I felt some kind of way. But again, it is what it is. Because I wouldn't have answered the fucking question. But that's just me. So then we find out she took the baby to the doctor. She came, after all that went on with that baby, she came back with strep throat. And the baby, she was worried about the baby being sick, whatever. Glad the baby's okay. She didn't get the baby strep throat. The baby tested negative. I like her doctor, her little pediatrician. I like her. Dr. Forrester. I like her. She had a good personality. And she was camera ready, baby. She was camera ready. We found out that things didn't go well with the surrogate, that they did the, I don't know the clinical term, but they did the procedure and it didn't take. And even though she wants to give her husband a boy, they're going to take a pause for right now and sort of reevaluate and deal with all of those things. Okay. Moving right along. Then we get to Phaedra. Do y'all realize that Phaedra has been on 4 episodes and this is the most information we have gotten about anything going on in Phaedra's life? And even this wasn't about her. This is the most information that we have gotten about what's going on in Phaedra's life. And it wasn't about, it still wasn't about her. It was about her sons. Now, and it was self-serving. Even on Married to Medicine, we didn't get any new information about Phaedra. When we left Phaedra, she was doing fumes down to the Willie Watkins. When we left Phaedra, she was an entrepreneur and had different businesses. When we didn't learn anything about Phaedra we did not already know about Phaedra. So we found out that her younger son is into fashion. Looks like he's into sewing and designing. She did what a mother would do. You found out your child has an interest. She got him lessons, bought him a sewing machine, and she is giving him an opportunity now to be a part of she's having an event down at the Vault, which is a furry, is that how you say it? But a place where they sell fur coats, fur things, faux fur and real fur situations. She said that, they're having an event there, basically a fashion show, and she's going to give her son an opportunity to show his pants. They have set up a business for him where people can order the pants. And listen, those pants were cute. Those little cargo pants, those pants were really cute. And I'm here for it. Listen, I don't see nothing wrong with Phaedra doing what Phaedra did. Like, I feel like that was a great thing she did. She has the means, she has the opportunity, and those are her kids, and it ain't nothing wrong with it. It's nothing wrong with giving your kids those opportunities. All eyes on him. And I bet you what I know, I'd be willing to bet that website work tonight. I'd be willing to bet that website is up and running, She by Sheree. After they done shouted out the website and how they taking pre-orders, I'd be willing to bet that website working. I bet you I get a pair of pants from Mr. President before I get a jogger from She by Sheree. But again, that was a great thing. I was glad to see it. Then we get to Kelly. Right, Sheree need to take some lessons from Dylan. Absolutely. Kelly went to court. It was supposed to be her final court appearance for the divorce. Come to find out, they ran over time and the divorce was not final. And not only was the divorce not final, her ex-husband went to jail because he still wasn't paying child support. So the judge threw him in jail until he paid up his child support. Kind of like what happened to Tyrese a while back, where he was behind on child support. He went to court and the judge arrested him until he paid that child support. And that was in Georgia too. So I feel like Georgia must not play. I mean, I don't know a whole lot about child support law, divorce law, and stuff like that. I've never been through either one. But it seemed to me like Georgia don't play, because I know people who've gone to court and they ex-husband, baby daddy, whoever owe them thousands of dollars, and they both walk out of there. So Georgia seemed like they don't play, and I'm here for it. I think that was great. Yeah, Georgia don't play. All right. Hi, Sweet Pea. Sorry, y'all. I hate chewing in people's face. All right. But I want to hear me eat this before it gets, be out in the open. So Shamia went over to see Kelly, and Kelly let her know how things were going. Angela called. We found out that Kelly has not seen nor heard from Britt since they got back from Grenada. Now, let me say this. By the end of this episode, I feel differently. So let me put a pin in that before y'all start yelling at me. Let me be clear. By the end of this episode, I don't feel the way I'm getting ready to tell y'all I feel. But in this moment, at this point in the episode, in my mind, I was kind of with Britt like, girl, you embarrassed me in Grenada. You allowed those women to embarrass me in Grenada. You were supposed to be my friend, and you let me be floundering in the wind in Grenada. Now I don't have a whole lot to say to you right now. Now, by the end of the episode, I feel differently. But right now, in that moment, now, do I think I still would have hit Kelly with at least a text message to say, hey, girl, how did court go today? Probably. But, you know, that's when you play the I'm going to text you because I just want to let you know that I haven't totally written you off as a friend, but I'm really just not effing with you right now. But if you call me, I'm not picking up because I really don't feel like talking. But I do want to let you know that I still got some love there. Greek Sun said, I may be in the minority, but I was with Britt the entire episode. I hear you. I'm going to tell you why it changed when we get to that part of the episode. I'm going to tell you why it changed. And I still feel like Britt has some valid points, but I'm going to go ahead and say it now. I am not of the mindset of they go low, I go to hell. I'm just not. I'm just not in that mindset. So I think that Britt has a very valid reason to be upset with Kelly. But I also feel like what Britt did at that event, I felt like was a lie. But that's, again, we'll get to, when we get there, child. All right. Okay, a lot of y'all were with Britt the whole episode. Okay, cool. I hear what y'all are saying. What up, Don? Hey, boo. I hear what y'all are saying. And like I said, I understand. We're going to get there. We'll get there. Let me keep going through the episode, child, because a lot of y'all are still with Britt. And I'm with you. I got you. And like I said, I'm definitely with Britt at this moment in the episode. Like I said, I feel like she could have sent, a little text, but I definitely, again, I would have came home on that same energy. I would have got back to Grenada and I'd have been on that same energy. And I'm the kind of person, when I get upset, I need a minute. Because you done pissed me off. You've embarrassed me. You've hurt my feelings. Y'all know I'm a sensitive ass Cancer. So you've definitely hurt my feelings. You've embarrassed me. I need a minute. You know, Uncle Jay, I told y'all this is going to be a busy day. And I'm actually finished watching episode 2 of Divorced Sisters. I just got to see if I had the energy to do, because I was going to do it as a pre-record and just upload it. But I'm going to wait. Because I don't know. It's 9:30 now. I'm done packing and all of that, but I need to do some odds and ends. Got a little nervous energy right now. I haven't scheduled my lift yet. That's what I need to do when I get off here, schedule my damn lift. Anyway, if that was your friend, it wouldn't have taken anything for her to send a text just off the strength of it. Right, that's what I'm saying. I would have at least sent a text. Now, would I have gone to court? Maybe, maybe not. Would I have called her? Maybe, maybe not. But I definitely would have at least sent a text to let her know, I'm keeping the back door open. I would have definitely keeping the back door open. But I don't see me going. I definitely wouldn't have went to the courthouse. That I'm not doing. But I understood. Anyway, let me keep going. So Kelly is having her event down to Wilsonoma, and she's having a cook-off with Charles. Is it me? Or did Charles expose Kelly without exposing Kelly? We don't even have to agree to disagree, Kevin. You have your opinion and I have my opinion. I'm not disagreeing with you. You have a right to feel how you feeling. We're not disagreeing. We just have different points of view. Nobody's right or wrong in it. In my opinion, nobody's right or wrong. It's just all about, how you personally handle how you handle relationships. And I don't think there's any one recipe on how to handle a relationship. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that's how you handle your relationships, and I respect that. So I don't feel like we're disagreeing. You know what I'm saying? But anyway. I absolutely feel like Charles didn't expose Kelly ass. And the reason why I say, and I don't even think he meant to do it. I don't even feel like, excuse me, I don't even feel like he meant to do it. He was just doing what he does, which is cook. See, this is how you always know why single me out, because you were the one that said in the chat, let's agree to disagree. I was just responding to what you said, Kevin. I'm sorry if you felt like I was singling you out. That wasn't, you said it. I was addressing your statement. That's all. So much for having an opinion. My bad. You have a right to Kevin. I think I don't know if you're talking to me or not, but I really feel like you misunderstanding me right now. I feel like what I literally just said was you have a right to your opinion. I feel like that's literally what I just said. I don't know what you heard, but that is literally what I just said. And I wasn't singling you out. I was addressing what you said. The same way I addressed when Chuck said something, the same way I addressed when La Queen said something. I was just addressing your statement. I'm sorry you felt like I was singling you out. So anyway, no, Kevin is not new here. That's why I don't understand where the miscommunication is coming in. But no, he's not here. Kevin been here for a long time. Anyway, so this is how I know when somebody who's supposed to be an expert in their field or talented in their field, whenever they start giving excuses on what they got to do and what they don't have to do, she talking about oh, wait a minute, give me a minute to warm up. You've been here for a few minutes already. Give me a minute to warm up. Hey, Phil, what's up, boo? And I'm like, girl, if you don't sit in front of that damn waffle iron and make them damn waffles, it is not that serious. It's not that complicated, and it ain't that deep. Girl, why you had to talk about something? Yeah, I need a minute to get warmed up. What you warming up for? What you warming up for? I saw a little bit of it, Brenda. I saw a little bit of it. And I was so here for Charles. I loved it. I loved it. Charles was like, we giving the people, basically Charles was like, we giving the people a show, and that's what they paid us for. I mean, if you cut through all that he said, he said, I'm giving the people a show. Right, like it's not that hard to cook some daggone waffles. She made it seem like they was about to do a surgical, like they was getting ready to cook, a piece of meat to the perfect temperature. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like this totally exposed them. Now, while they were at the Williams-Sonoma event, Kelly invited Phaedra, Angela, and who was the other person there? Was it Shamia? But she didn't invite Britt. And Britt was having an event where she invited, at her house, she invited Portia and Cynthia. She said, I took Phaedra's advice that if I want people to get to know me and I want to open up to people, I should invite people into my home. And I should, oh, okay. I'm gonna finish watching it. Okay. Thank you, Brenda. I do want to finish watching it. Oh, okay. I'm gonna finish it. And so she was like, so basically she invited them over to just have some cocktails and some hors d'oeuvres, and they were actually having a pretty good conversation. And Britt, but I'm gonna say this, they were having a good conversation, and I know it was probably edited. I'm sure those ladies talked about a lot of things, but of course we got the Kelly conversation. And Britt was explaining to the ladies why her and Kelly seemed to be having a falling out, and they were talking about the whole Glam Squad situation. So let me say this. Drew was there. Thank you, Chuck. It was Drew. Let me say this. This whole argument over Glam Squad is great, classic Housewives. Like I told y'all before, I love when Housewives argue over dumb shit. I love, I know I keep using this example, but I was so here for last season of the reboot of the Real Housewives of New York when these women were arguing over cheese and a charcuterie board. Like, to me, I'm here for it. When they got mad because Sai with her own toilet paper down to the Hamptons. Like, I was like, I'm here for the silly shit. You know what I'm saying? And to me, arguing over glam to me is a dumb argument. Now, I think it went dark at the end. And again, I'll get to that. But it's just a silly argument. At the end of the day, I don't feel like Britt was wrong. What Kelly, see, this is why words mean things. Words mean things. Kelly, you told Britt, use my glam squad until you get your own. You didn't say you can't have mine. So Britt's thing was, listen, the price is right. They dress me the way I like to be dressed. My makeup looks the way I like my makeup to look. My hair looks the way I like my hair to look. Why I can't just employ them? Why do I need to go out and audition other people and get other people to do my hair and makeup and hit or miss when I know these people already know me and love me and they know my body size, they know my likes and all of that. I'm just gonna pay them. So Kelly, you have to be more specific. When you told her that she could have your glam squad until she found one, you should put a caveat on that and said, but not them. But not them. Okay. So she's telling Portia and Cynthia, and of course, Portia and Cynthia are like, girl, it is not that deep. Like, it is so not that deep, right? They have been through it. They've shared glam. They've been through their fair share of glam. They know what it is, and they know it's not that serious. And they seem to kind of be siding with Britt a little bit as it relates to that specific, situation. Now, while they're talking about that, we flip back to the Williams-Sonova situation, and some thirsty ass man, and I knew this was a thirst trap. I knew this was for the cameras. I knew this was for a moment. I knew it as soon as that man walked up to Angela and said, "We're agreeing all, Phil." Yes, that don't happen often between me and Phil. Thank you for the super chat, my love. I knew this man was on some old bull hockey when he walked up to her, knowing full well she was on camera saying, hey, when you get a chance, I would like to talk to you, but off camera. And I was with Angela because baby Angela leaned back. Angela looked him up and down and was like, who are you? Like, do I know you? No, you don't know me, but I know your husband. So what you need to talk to me about? Well, I mean, I just would, like your husband comes into my restaurant and I just, I just want to talk to, I just want us to have a conversation. I just feel like I need to talk to you. Then they decide that they're going to do a toast. And when they do the toast, this man is going to toast all loud, talking about Charles for cheating Charles, or Charles is cheating, or whatever the situation he said. Now, Charles did what he should have done, which was ignore that fool. Charles did exactly, because Charles knew what it was. Charles knew he was looking for a moment. He was looking for a moment. He was trying to have a moment, and I'm just going to ignore him. I'm going to just put him to the side. All right? Listen, Angela and Charles, in my opinion, played that right. I don't know who sent him, and that's not to say he might have some tea on Charles, but the way in which he was delivering it was absolutely some shady shit. It was absolutely some shady shit. You know what I mean? The way he was delivering it and what he was doing. So I felt like, but I definitely felt like, it was handled very well by both of them, if I'm being very honest. It felt like a player from the gate. Charles said he didn't hear him. Yeah, that's what Charles said, but I think Charles heard him. But I think Charles, in that moment, was choosing to not engage. I really do. Because first of all, some of these husbands y'all can play with. Some of these husbands y'all can play with. Charles is not one of those husbands. Peter was not one of those husbands. We can feel however we feel about Peter Thomas, but I absolutely feel like Peter Thomas, if he wanted to hurt somebody, he would have hurt them. And you might not find them. You may not see them again. They might be floating around the bottom of Lake Bailey. So some husbands are not the ones on these shows. Like, I'm trying to think of another. Chris Samuels. I feel like Chris Samuels is in a better place now. I follow him on Instagram. He's in church. He seems to be on his spiritual journey. He's lost a lot of weight. He's in church regularly. I feel like he might not be that person now. But back then, I feel like Chris probably wasn't the one to approach. I feel like Chris was probably not the person to approach. I don't think none of the New Jersey husbands, none of the Judicis, definitely not when the Manzos. We know how the Manzos was rolling. Definitely not the Manzos. And Paulie. Dolores' man. I'm not fucking with Paulie. I'm messing with I none of them. Some of these husbands are just not the husbands that I would mess with. Charles Oakley is a husband I just wouldn't have messed with. But I definitely feel like that was a moment. It was a plan. It was a setup. That's my opinion. I just feel like it was a setup. But neither here nor there. I feel like Charles and Angela handled it very well, if I'm being honest. They handled it very well. I'm sure it was an interesting conversation in the car on the ride home. Because, see, that's what you're supposed to do. As a husband and as a wife, what you're supposed to do is you're not supposed to let nobody see no crack in your foundation. But trust and believe, when they got in that car, I am pretty certain that Angela gave him the side eye and was like, you know him? Is there anything I need to know? Don't have me on this show looking stupid. Don't let nothing fall out the closet. Don't let no skeletons come rolling down this hallway while I'm filming this good show. And these hoes been after me all season about you. Don't embarrass me. That's what I felt like the conversation in the car was. But out in public, we strong, we solid. I felt like it was a plan, even as they were escorted out of forget. Yeah, the minute he walked, the way he even walked up to her, he had his little plate in his hand, had his little plate. I don't have no utensil over here. I got a pencil somewhere. He had his little plate. I'm gonna use my phone. He had his little plate. Boy, if you don't go sit down somewhere, you know good and well when they filming these scenes, you're not supposed to walk up to these ladies like that. You're not supposed to walk up on these ladies like that. When they filming, if you're not invited into the scene, you ain't even supposed to be over there. That's another reason why Angela was taken aback like that, because she was like, "Who the fuck?" He had to sign a release, so he was invited. Yeah, no, that doesn't mean he was invited. He had to sign a release, but that doesn't mean he was invited. It was an event that was open. And those types of things do happen on time to time with Housewives. There are events that are open to the public. You just have to sign up. Oh, you know what? Was he mic'd? I don't know if he was mic'd. I feel like that's why he was bent over. I don't think he was mic'd. I feel like that's why he was bent over the way he was. I don't think he was mic'd. Because even when he did that toast, it wasn't clear like he had a mic on. But I'll have to go back and look. I would have to go back and look. I don't think he had on a mic. But that's what Kelly said. Kelly said that the event was open to the public. Now, let me say this. I do believe, in my opinion, I do believe somebody on the cast invited him. I don't believe he just wandered off the street. He had subtitles so you could barely. Yeah, I didn't think he was mic'd up. I don't believe he was mic'd up. Right. Angela and Drew were mic'd, but I don't believe he was mic'd. That's why he kept leaning over and talking. Yeah, I don't think he was mic'd. Now, they said we're going to find out at the finale who sent him. They said we're going to find out at the finale who sent him. But anyway, So moving right along. So while this is going on, back over to Britt's house. Now, Britt, this is where I started to turn, Britt. This is where my sympathy train took a left. Britt starts telling Portia that Shamia basically is still talking shit about her. And Portia was like, well, wait a minute. When and to Portia's credit, Portia was like, hold on, let me get this timeline right. Because if it happened before me and Shamia talked, I'm good on that. We already talked about it. But me and her just talked. We just cleared the air. So if this happened recently, now I got a problem. And I feel like Britt did not give her a straight answer. I feel like Britt did not give a straight answer. I feel like Britt didn't come right out and say, well, no, you talked on Monday. This conversation, she showed me these text messages on a Friday. I don't feel like we got a clear answer on the timeline. I feel like Britt just wanted it to be known that she knew about Shamia talking shit. Now, Shamia, that does not absolve you, my love. If you out here showing text messages between you and Portia, especially if those text messages included information that she shared with her attorney or her therapist, because Britt said it was the attorney, Portia said it was her therapist. Either way, it's a violation. Either way, it's a violation. Oh, that's what you think it was? Phil said, I wasn't mad at Britt. You came for me. It's on. So you feel like that's why she did that? It was like a get back at Shamia for what happened with Shamia trying to embarrass her? You feel like that's what it was? Huh. I ain't think of it. You know what? I ain't think of it from that position. From that point of view, I didn't think about it. Interesting. So if that was her get back, on Shamia, interesting. Interesting. Okay. But either way, this is where I started to turn, because I was like, okay, now you taking it away from you and Kelly. But if that was her reason for doing it, then okay. All right. I see where some of y'all are coming from, Phil. I see your point of view. I ain't saying I necessarily agree with it, but I definitely see your point of view. Shamia made a post saying that it was a lie. I'm gonna be honest and tell you I don't believe it either. And I'm gonna tell y'all why in a minute why I don't believe it. And I know y'all ain't gonna agree with me, but that's okay. I love y'all anyway. This is the episode we find out that Londi passed, Portia's cousin, who we actually saw her on this season. She did the Pampered by Portia event. But she passed away. Portia said it was very sudden. So I'm sorry to hear it. We definitely extend our condolences to Portia. And so she didn't show up to the Vault event. Now, what I found interesting was Shamia didn't know. Did y'all notice that when Phaedra told the ladies at the end of the event, Shamia didn't know? Because when Portia said Shamia's, when Shamia asked about Portia, or when the ladies asked about Portia, asked about Portia, and Phaedra said, Portia's not coming, but, we'll talk about that later. Shamia looked confused. Shamia was confused. Shamia did not know. I find that to be very interesting because here's the thing. I have a best friend who I've had. We don't even remember meeting. Like, we've been friends since the Sandbox, right? Our lives are very different. She's married with 5 children that she's raising. Her time is not always her time. So there are things that sometimes get lost in the translation. But let me tell you and even when me and her might be mad at each other or just haven't talked to each other in a while, let me be honest and let me tell you something. Baby, I'm in the family group text. Let me say that again for the people in the back. I am in her family group text. She is in my family's group text. So if something goes down in the family on that level, I don't even have to call her. She already know. My mama might know stuff before I know as it relates to her, depending on what it is, and vice versa. I might hear from her cousin first. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that Portia didn't call, but the fact that she didn't find out from nobody in the family, and they've been friends since high school. Now, like I said earlier, all relationships don't look the same, but I just found that to be interesting that something like that, and Shamia just did not know. I just found that to be interesting. But anyway, wait a minute, what y'all saying about the pictures? Hold on, let me scroll up. Let me scroll up. What you say, Nikki? What was it, Nitwit? Hold on. Y'all said something about the pictures. I want to see what y'all said about the pictures. Where would she have gotten the information from in the text? Now, that's a good question. That's a good question. That's a good question. Britt also said she knew what pics were shown of her and has now come out and said it wasn't her. Listen, all I'm going to say is this. Britt is not the beacon of truth. Britt is just not the beacon of truth. I think Britt gets a piece of something and she expands on it. But moving right along, let me finish this up. We almost done. We at the vote event. Drew was late and baby Phaedra would not let her in that event. Now, let me say something. I know that people were saying that Phaedra was being petty and they could have let Drew in. You know Drew's going to be late. Angela even said that on Watch What Happens Live tonight. She was like, I tried to get her to let her come in. You know, I tried to convince her to let her come in. Let me say something. I think it was a security situation with them having that event open while they were walking them furs up and down that runway and while they had that vote actually open. I really think it was a security issue. I feel like that's one of those places, just like a high-end jewelry shop and stuff like that, where you have to get buzzed in, especially if they have certain pieces out. Like if you go into a jewelry shop and you ask them to bring something from the back, baby, they will lock that store down. All of them were not faux furs. Some of them were real furs, Philip. Some of them were real, Phil, excuse me. Some of those were real furs. I honestly think that it was a security issue because you notice as soon as those furs were put away and they were getting ready to do the Mr. President situation, she opened that door back up. I honestly think it was a security issue. Do y'all remember when they filmed remember Portia's first episode on Married to Medicine? Her first scene on Married to Medicine was at that same location. Y'all remember that? She was having an event there, and Dr. Jackie and Dr. Heavenly were there. They showed up, and it was an event just like that. Like they were showing the different pieces. The vote was locked in. They were locked in. Damn it, this thing. They were locked in. Y'all remember that? I really think it's a security issue. Yeah, Phaedra. I'm sorry. I mean Phaedra. If I'm saying Portia, I don't mean Portia. I mean Phaedra. So her saying, listen, I need y'all to be there by a certain time. And at a certain time, we're going to lock the doors. I don't think she was wrong. I mean, I know some people might be like, oh, she was being petty. She was this, she was that. I really don't think she was. I really think it was a security situation. They had expensive pieces out. They are in Atlanta. They are in a, like, I just think it was to, make sure that people didn't come in that wasn't supposed to be there during that time. Because as soon as they put that stuff up, they open the doors back up. Tiffany's does that. Right. That's what I'm saying. If you go into these high-end stores, you might be able to walk in, but like I know Chanel, you have to be buzzed into Chanel. At least the Chanel down here in DC, baby, you gotta be buzzed in. When I was in France, you didn't have to be buzzed in. Yes, you did. Hold on. Let me think. We had to be buzzed into Gucci. Because remember I told you they wouldn't let us in? We had to be buzzed into Gucci. Dior. We didn't have to be buzzed into Dior. There was a line for Louis Vuitton. But some of those stores you have to be buzzed in, depending, and especially if they have certain pieces out. Yeah, Tiffany's definitely will lock that shit down. Sure will. Yes, I'm in Phaedra, y'all. I'm sorry if I said Portia, I'm in Phaedra. Yeah. Security and the cops were around. It's no excuse. Lord Phil, baby, when Phil make up his mind about something, baby, that is how he be feeling. I just feel like it was a security thing. They have security at Chanel. You still gotta be buzzed in, child. You still got to be buzzed in. Anyway, moving right along. Britt shows up. Now, I do feel like this was some dumb shit when Britt shows up and Kelly doesn't speak to her. I just feel like that's so elementary school. Y'all. Like, girl, you could say hi. But I think once she decided not to speak, I feel like it was on and popping. Now you've embarrassed Britt. Again, she already mad at you because she felt embarrassed. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me rewind. I jumped ahead. A little bit. When Portia left the Williams-Sonoma event, she immediately got on the phone and she called the ladies and told them what happened with the guy saying that Charles was a cheater. So, she spilled that tea immediately. Especially after all those ransacking in cities in Chicago, you have to be buzzed into luxury stores now. Bethany Frankel talked about it. Yeah, I mean, so yeah. We know Britt has childhood issues with not being acknowledged. Yes, that non-speaking on Kelly on behalf. That non-speaking on Kelly's behalf was tacky. Yeah. I feel like if I'm already mad at you because I feel like you embarrassed me, and then you turn around and embarrass me again, like, what you want me to do with that? So, all right, so back at the event. So they talk about what happened with Angela and Charles, and Angela said, listen, we done found out who that man is. He was sent by somebody, and we know who did it. Now, like I said, on Watch What Happens Live, she said we're going to find out on the season finale who sent him. But come to find out, they did do their research. They did. Oh, no, she might have said that on Watch What Happens Live. Maybe she said that. I don't remember where she said it, child. Because, see, that's what happened. That's why I shouldn't watch What Happens Live, because they talk about stuff that wasn't on the episode. But neither here nor there, we found out about that. So then Britt and Kelly get into this argument. Britt called Kelly a pill popper. Kelly called Britt. I don't remember what Kelly called Britt. Then Britt yelled across the room about Kelly having abortions while she was married. That sort of rubbed me the wrong way, if I'm being honest. That sort of rubbed me the wrong way. Oh, Kelly said Britt had a pill popping roommate. Kelly said Britt. So here's the thing, and this is a personality. This is me, because y'all know El Teddy, who I love dearly. El Teddy is if somebody bump into me, I'm picking up a chair, hitting them over the head, right? I'm not that person. And I feel like throwing shade back and forth at each other, that's one thing. But taking it to a point that we can't come back from, and I feel like that, whether it's true or not, that's taking it to a point that we can't come back from. Like, we can't come back from that, whether it's true or not. Matter of fact, it's worse if it's true. Because if I told you something that personal, I told you in the deepest of confidence as my friend. If it's a lie and you made it up, that's bad. Don't get me wrong. But if it's true, that means I really gave you some of my deep, dark, personal information. Now, let's talk about it for a minute. And listen, number one, I caution people to feel like they have an opinion on decisions that women make as it relates to their body. Number two, Kelly has been very clear to share with us that her marriage was abusive. Why? If it's true, I don't know. She said it's not true, so whatever. But if it is true, why would she choose to bring a child into that situation? First of all, she already has 3 children, and she's in an abusive marriage. Why would she choose to bring a child into that? It's not our business one way or the other. Let's be clear. Not our business. But if it were a topic of conversation, I don't judge her for that. You're in the middle of a very volatile situation. Now Kelly gives me drunk. To be honest, both opened up the clip on Mad Day. Yeah. So, I'm sorry. Excuse me. So, and I don't even feel sleepy. That's the funny thing. I'm yawning, but I don't feel tired. So that's kind of where Britt lost to me. Like I said, that's just me, y'all. Again, I understand if people feel like, well, she went low, I went to hell. That's fine. But for me, that's just me. That's pretty much where the episode ended. We see in the previews for next week. Oh, Portia told the ladies about what happened. Damn it. I keep saying Portia. Phaedra told the ladies about what happened with Londi, with Portia's cousin. And again, sending our condolences, but I found it interesting that Shamea did not know. The fact that Phaedra knew something that Shamea did not know as it relates to Portia and her family is something that Portia's going through, definitely lets us know where the two of them are and their friendship. And I think Portia was good until she got information that Shamea was still talking shit, and even showed private text messages, which I don't even understand. What is the context of doing it? Like, what would be the reason for her to show private? Like, why would you do that? Why are you showing private text messages? Like, what is the reason for that? So that was the episode, you guys. The same reason KK Kim had Corey drive her everywhere drunk. Oh wow. Okay. That is the episode, you guys. Tomorrow night, the Whether You Like It or Not panel is on T's channel or Josiah's channel. One of the two. Either T or Josiah. Who's after Scotty? Josiah or T? Whoever's after Scotty. It's their day tomorrow. T channel, thank you. It's gonna be on T's channel, so we'll be there tomorrow night to discuss this episode. So let me say this. This is how I feel about it. I think I said this earlier. I feel like Britt takes a piece of the truth and then she takes it somewhere else. Do I think that Kelly has probably had some pregnancies terminated in her lifetime? Sure. Do I think that it was the exact timeline Britt is talking about? Maybe, maybe not. Kelly says that she got her tubes tied after she had the twins. But, maybe it was before she had the twins. Who knows? I don't know. Do I think that Shamea said some shit that Shamea didn't need to say as it relates to Portia and her business? Sure. Do I think that Shamea told Britt? No. Shamia and Britt do not have that kind of a relationship. I mean, we never know what's going on behind closed doors, so I understand that. But child, they don't have that kind of relationship. Are we covering Cardi's announcement tomorrow? Why would we cover that? Oh, you said it with a laughing emoji. Okay. Child, I think Kelly has definitely terminated pregnancies. I just don't know if I know the timeline. But I definitely believe that's happened. But again, it's her business. I mean, maybe she told Kelly. Now, I can believe that. I can believe it came through Kelly. I could even believe it came through somebody else. I just don't. And I mean, Shamia might be one of those people that whoever she talking to is whoever she talking to at the time. You know what I mean? Cardi, it's probably her album. She's making an announcement. I didn't even know she was making an announcement tomorrow. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. You know what I hate? You know what? I need a vacation. I really need a vacation. Yeah, I might not do no videos next week. I may just take a vacation. I may honestly just take a vacation because I may just take a vacation. Y'all might not see me next week. I'll probably do the whether you like it or not panel tomorrow, and that might just be it. I might just really need a minute. I might just really need a minute. Because you know what it is? These comments are really starting to irritate me. The people in these comments are really starting to irritate me. And I don't know if it's me or them. So maybe I just need to take a break. Let me tell you, see, I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna get off of here for real because I need to go to bed. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. My screen, I don't know. I don't know if it's my internet. I don't know if it's StreamYard. I'm sorry, Nitwit. I don't know, baby. I'm about to get off here in a few minutes anyway. I just get so frustrated when, first of all, it irritates me when I feel like people don't have cognitive thinking skills. Like, we are all adults. My channel is not for children. So we are all fucking adults. You know why I love Phil so much? This is why I love Phil so much. I love Phil the way I love Phil because me and Phil very rarely agree. But you know what we can do? We can disagree and we can move the fuck on. He can hear what I have to say. I can hear what he has to say. And he don't have to agree with me and I don't have to agree with him and we can move on. What irritates me is when I know that I am clear in my words and people either don't listen to the entire video and have an opinion about something that I didn't say or want to tell me how I should feel about something because of how they feel about something. It really pisses me off. And I used to always get on Scotty and get on T and be like, just ignore them people, just ignore it, fuck them people, fuck them. And I'm becoming, now I understand why they would respond. Because sometimes you get to a point where you just get sick of it. You just get sick of it. I was listening. I'm going to tell y'all what just happened and I'm going to move on. And that's why I shouldn't have picked up my phone. I picked up my phone to do something totally different. And of course, if you have YouTube and you have your alert set up, it'll let me know when people leave comments, and I'll see the beginning of a comment, like you can see the beginning of an email. So I saw the beginning of the comment, and I was like, let me read this comment. And then basically the comment was like, really, B, I don't think you listened to really, B, you didn't listen to the whole video. Portia said, I'm talking about the video from earlier with Michelle A.T. Alien or whatever. And I understand that a lot of people don't like Michelle A.T. Alien. I get it. And I understand that a lot of people don't agree with her. A lot of people don't think her information is valid. I get it. I understand. But the funny thing is, had I not told y'all where I got that information from, a lot of people wouldn't have had the response that they had. People are responding to the fact that I told y'all it came from Michelle A.T. Alien. Had I just paid y'all that clip and then showed y'all those receipts, a lot of y'all wouldn't have had nothing to say about that. So now, really, B, you didn't listen to the whole video. Because Portia said that the assistant, that she reached out to her assistant. I literally said that in my video. I said that in my video. I literally said in my video that Portia said that the mother, the ex-wife, whomever, reached out to her assistant. I know I said that. We had a whole conversation on my live. So in other words, no, you didn't listen to my whole video. It just pisses me off, y'all, because I'm like, y'all just want to always, not y'all, but the people, it's like y'all don't hear me. You just want to fucking argue. Anyway, I'm sorry, y'all. I just had to vent. Thank you, Phil. Let me read what you said, baby. It says, don't make me cry over here. Don't make me cry over here. I love you as well. Yes, people can all disagree respectfully. I'm here for all opinions, even those who don't agree. Yeah, I mean, and a lot of y'all don't agree with me. I mean, I'm just talking, and I know people be like, don't let one or two people. And that's what I used to tell. Listen, I say the same thing to my people. Scotty will tell you. I used to tell T. We still talk about it. When people have negative things to say about the whether you like it or not panel, I'll be the first one in the group chat. I'll be the first one in the group chat saying, fuck them. Ask Scotty and I say it every time. Every Tuesday morning, we're in the group chat talking about comments that people left about the video. And I'll be like, fuck them. Y'all are good, y'all. I'm just venting. I feel like this. I don't have a problem. Thank you, Nitwit, baby. Thank you. I don't have a problem with people disagreeing with my opinion. I have a problem with either A, you're not listening and hearing everything I said, or B, you're purposely misconstruing what I said. That I have a problem with. I don't have a problem with people saying, really, B, I ain't see it that way. Really, B, I don't agree with you. I don't see it like that. I don't have no problems with that. But what I do have a problem with is people who don't listen to the whole video or are not listening to understand. That's it. That's all. But anyway, y'all, I'm done because I'm venting and I appreciate y'all. And I know ain't none of y'all. I know it's none of y'all in here that get on my nerves. So I know it ain't none of y'all. And even when and we don't all agree in here. Hell. Me and Tracy, y'all know Tracy, me, Abby, child, I don't agree with everybody. Everybody don't agree with me. But those are my pet peeves when I feel like you're purposely trying to misunderstand me just so you can argue with me. That bothers me. You ain't got to drag nobody, Catherine, baby. I'm just venting. I saw a comment on my video. I responded. I'm going to read y'all what it says. It says, you didn't listen to the whole video. Portia in court that the mom, I guess she meant to say Portia said in court, that the mom reached out to her assistant. I can't believe you're reposting something Michelle A.T. Alien says when that woman lies every time she opens her mouth. Someone told the mom that Portia said the lady called her begging. I'm sure she got that from Michelle too. The receipts coincide with what Portia said. Portia followed up with mom's call and asked her about the items and the child support. And the mom talked to Lauren about if that wasn't true. I'm sure the mom would have said, how do you know about the child support? Or, no, he's not behind. Go back and listen to what Portia said. You owe your audience better than to spread false information, refusing to do your due diligence. At the end, you slipped up and said that Portia said the mom reached out to her assistant. That's not what I said either. That's not what I said. What I said was people in the chat were giving alternative scenarios saying, well, maybe this happened, maybe that happened, maybe that happened. And what I said was, well, yeah, it could have happened that way. That's what I said. I never said that it happened that way. I said it could have happened. But I think y'all are right. I'm just going to block this person. But this is somebody that clearly just doesn't like Michelle. They just don't like her. I did originally respond. I think I'm just going to hide you on my channel. Yeah. You can go back over there to where you are. Anyway, moving right along. All right. I will talk to y'all later. Love y'all. And I'm going to talk to y'all later. I still ain't ordered my damn lift for the morning. As soon as I get off of here, I'm going to order my lift. And there's something else I'm supposed to do when I get off of here too. Something happened earlier in this live. Oh, I got to finish Watch What Happens Live. I finished watching Watch What Happens Live. All right, y'all. I'm going to talk to y'all later. Mwah! Peace. I should have screenshotted that comment before I blocked her. Oh, well.